Evening, Prospective Independent MP Paul Brown, standing in the constituency of Great Yarmouth. If you know anyone who works in care, anyone who knows someone who has a relative in the care sector, anyone who has anything to do with hospitals, patients, workers, seriously, I mean anyone, I would urge you to get them to watch this video. I will remain calm as I explain the reason I am standing as an independent and why I keep saying your MP should represent you. There are things that happen that need the intervention of someone of a level, for example the post office scandal. MPs got involved because it was at a level. Back in 2020, we had not come out of our first COVID lockdown, so probably June time, and I was one of the recipients of the weekly clap for carers, being a key worker in a care home. Now I can talk about this as I lost an industrial tribunal case, but it is a matter of public record. Brown versus, or and depending on how law-minded you are, Kingsley Healthcare Limited. Kingsley Healthcare Limited had sent an email to staff telling staff not to tell anyone the results of their COVID-19 tests. At this stage of the pandemic, tests had to be sent away to be processed and took about 3 days. So you could not even test daily. I was on my way to work to ask about this, but found out on the way to work that I had travelled previously with 2 people whose test had come back positive, but didn't tell me of the positive tests, presumably because of the email. My partner, also a care support worker at the time, worked in a different home. I hasten to add, Mags was a finalist for Carer of the Year in 2019. With both of us working in different care homes and the edict of not telling anyone the results, would have been a continuous cross-infecting and no knowledge, because the not telling aspect, and we have a situation where there is a huge possibility one, other or both of us would be taking the virus into a workplace designed for some of the most vulnerable in society. Long story short, an industrial tribunal was held after a period of time. I had raised concerns with the Care Quality Commission about the matter. I heard nothing until the industrial tribunal. Part of the reason I lost the case was that the Care Quality Commission, that's the governing body, said Kingsley Healthcare Limited were perfectly entitled to tell their staff not to tell anyone the results of the COVID tests, as telling may cause a panic. So apparently, endangering lives is preferable to causing a panic. And this, as I said, from the overriding authority for the care system. It beggars belief. That's why I can't work in the sector after 20 plus years. I had got in touch with my MP, Sir Brandon Lewis, previously, telling him the situation, what had happened, and what was I to do. This is what an MP should be doing. The Care Quality Commission has dealt with it their way, and the MP should be wondering why. And he did, by putting it in the hands of CQC. Oh dear. CQC can sit in judgment of the Care Quality Commission. Such a good look. Represent me? He did not. Represent his constituents? He did not. Endanger lives? You can decide. I tried telling the COVID inquiry, but apparently not interestedly. Obviously nothing to do with the pandemic at all, as well as others who I may have felt may be interested. But alas, no one is. Now I'm standing in the constituency of Great Yarmouth because my faith in our representatives is minimal. Consider both Labour and Conservative apologies for the infected blood scandal. I would urge anyone who may be as concerned as I am to contact your MP, whoever it is, up and down the country when they're elected. Off what are, can't say the word, Ofgem, CQC, if they are known by initials, it's not good for us. Overseen by a majority Conservative government. That's real representation. In the latest correspondence with the Care Quality Commission, relatively recently this year, I asked if there were any other viruses that carers didn't have to tell anyone about. I said I was thinking about going back into the sector. I used the norovirus as an example because it is not good for the vulnerable sectors within our communities. The response was, we can't tell you, you're not a care home manager. Urge your MP when elected to sort this situation out. If personally elected, I would be pushing for corporate manslaughter charges on any and all who implemented this decision at that level. I'll stop now. Thank you for listening. If any of what I've said affects you, start being heard. Use your MPs. They need to listen. Vote Paul Brown on Independence Day, 4th of July. Like and share can get us there.